Hey everybody, welcome to another pep talk here, and making these videos because I wanted to keep you guys up to date with what's happening with the event and our experience. So if you don't know, if you haven't been watching videos or aren't on our list, whatever, and you're just watching this video and you're interested, Elon and I are doing a 2-day transformation event here in a gorgeous mansion overlooking the Pacific Ocean in La Jolla, and you're invited. So we'd love to have you. You can get all the information at SatoriPrime.com/live, and I'll end it with that. Maybe invite you again at the end of the video to remind you. But what I want to talk to you about is our experience of putting this together, because SatoriPrime as a company has been around for about 4.5 years now. And I've been online for about 5 years, building online business, online brand. And a lot of people watch this video are because we've done all that work and have kind of earned this right to share a lot of great knowledge and experience with people to help them transform their lives, business, and relationships. Now, as experienced as Elon and I are, and as much as we've taught over the last 10 years, let me go this way, that doesn't mean that we're devoid of being human or pretend to be some guru who's got it all together, because the truth is we don't. We're humans like any other, which means we deal with human issues, have a gamut of emotions that we deal with on a daily basis, which can be challenging at times, as many of you know. And this event is probably the most I can remember that we've pushed ourselves to build and grow something, which we're considering a new arm of the company, while we put a team together, all these millions of things that happen during an event like this. And it's been really challenging. I mean, we started putting this event together at the end of December, and it's already got to be in full production and live by February 1st, which is not a lot of time to put stuff together at this scope and level. So we're really pushing ourselves. And with that comes a lot of commitments that you have to make prior to really knowing how the entire picture is going to look. And we still don't know how the entire picture is going to look. So that means you wake up in the morning and you're super excited about what you're doing because you're creating and it's beautiful and you have this image in your head, and then something happens and you start doubting and losing faith and all these kinds of things that happen. And when this happens with the entire team over and over again, because we're really pushing. I mean, guys, we've done some incredible stuff. We have a mastermind coming up where we are literally learning how to fly prop planes, like trick prop planes in the air. It's insane. We are going on beautiful cruises through Coronado at sunset. We have a 2-day mastermind that we have to create content for, sales pages, funnels, budgets. It's like having a wedding that you're crunching down into a month and a half, and it's a really expensive wedding. So when the money starts coming out of the account in scopes of tens of thousands of dollars at one time, before you sold a single ticket, it can get pretty scary. And it's been interesting because I don't like to look at things like an expense. I truly believe that every dollar that leaves your hand, when it leaves with intention and causality, leaves as an investment. And that investment might not necessarily come back as money in your pocket. It might come back as an experience, or it might come back as a relationship of some kind, who knows, but it will come back. All things come back, all things boomerang. So here we are, and it's been interesting to watch me and Elon, because I think the sign of training is not whether you stopped being upset or you never get sad or anything like that, although I can't imagine, I don't get sad very often anymore. I get frustrated still quite a bit. I think the real measure of all of it, though, it's sunny over there, the real measure of all of it is not whether you can stop it, is how quickly do you get off it once it happens. Because the response is happening, if you guys saw my Vipassana video, all that's happening in the body. So if you don't have acuity in the body 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, which I'm still in the process of developing, not even close, by the time it hits the brain, you've felt the emotion, it's all there, you're adding meaning to it, you're making stories about it, you're responding to non-reality, all this stuff is happening. And when I was young, again, when I was a teenager, I'd be upset for a month about something. That's how it goes. Everything's a big deal when you're a kid. It's a life-ending situation. It's the stupidest stuff, right? You get older, and if you do work, I think the real measure is how quickly can you get off it. I don't stay upset for very long these days, and I create contexts of new realities in order to empower myself. And that's a lot of the stuff that we're going to be teaching. We're going to be teaching at the course. In fact, the whole theme behind the course is really around fear and how to use fear, not to be used by fear, which we have a huge issue in our society of people being used by fear. I mean, look at media. What are they doing? They're using fear to control you, to have you think there's certain things. And if you still haven't gotten that, I mean, turn off the news for a while, you're going to feel a whole lot better. But we introduced this distinction in our mind method coaching group last week that we call the accountability buddy, which is somebody who holds you accountable. Because ultimately what you'll see is people are constantly, they know what they want. They even declare what they want, sometimes silently, which really doesn't work, and sometimes out loud. But most people declare things without saying by when they're going to do it. And the by when is really the important part, because unless you say by when, there's nothing to hold you accountable to. It's like, all right, well, I want to lose a whole bunch of weight. I'm going to lose 150 pounds. Great. Okay. If there's no by when, shit, that could take 30 years from now, right? And that's probably not the result that you want. And somewhere along the way during those 30 years, trust me, there's going to be a day where you're going to want a cupcake. And you're going to be like, well, screw it. I have all this time. I'm going to eat the cupcake. But if you tell yourself, hey, my goal is to lose 30 pounds, and I'm going to do that in the next 90 days, that by when just made that cupcake seem kind of unreasonable, right? Context changes everything. Now, the next part of this is that if you're being held accountable and giving by whens, the likelihood of you holding yourself accountable to your own by whens is very small, because your mind is a better chess player than you, and it's going to have you believe that you can't do things, or doubt, or fear, all those things I was talking about before. Like, that's not coming from my heart or Elon's heart, those ideas. It's coming from our mind, because our mind's concerned with survival, financial survival in this situation, because we're risking a lot, right? So our hearts want to provide value, want to give people life-altering experiences, want to do this, want to do that, want to put you in one of the most beautiful locations on the planet so that you can relax and be the best version of yourself while you're thinking about how to transform the areas of life that are most important to you. That's important to us. That's in our heart. Our head's going, look at all that money going out. How are we going to make all these sales, etc., right? And then we got to re-empower ourselves. But the accountability buddy is the person that stands there and reminds you who you are and what you gave your word to, so that in those moments where you're feeling shitty and down, you remember who you are and what you stand for and what your goals are. And the beautiful part about our relationship, and you might see us like giving each other a lot of love online, we do that because that's who we are for each other. We're each other's accountability buddy. Only in California do cars stop for you, even when they're moving. Thank you. So funny. I always find that funny as a New Yorker, because in New York you have to watch out for the cars hitting you. You hear the car stop no matter what. Still not used to it. Anyway, so, we do that for each other. And Elon, we were just texting back and forth. He was having a little down moment. I was having a little down moment this morning. And then we have a quick conversation. We get it cleared. We re-empower our context, and we fucking move on. And Elon said a really smart thing. He said, I love this rubber band effect, right? Because it's like a rubber band. It's like we shoot some here, we get stuck, next person shoots you here. So it's amazing, because Elon and I have this crazy relationship where when one of us is down, the other one just always seems to be empowered, pulls that person up, and then vice versa. Like, the other person gets down, we pull each other up, and we have this great relationship where we just let each other be the way we are. So when he's upset, shit, I let him be upset. I ain't trying to fix him. When I'm upset, he lets me be upset. He's not trying to fix me. But in those moments, instead of when nobody's trying to fix you, you can actually share your concern, let it go, which is the difference between sharing and complaining about something. Sharing is with the intention of letting go. Complaining, you're just recreating the same reality over and over again, then wondering why you can't change it. And we do that, and we hold each other accountable, and you get re-empowered and get back into action, because life doesn't happen unless you're in action. I see all these people playing Powerball. It's cute. I'm not a big gambler at heart. Guys, if you win that, and you didn't earn it, I mean, go look at the statistics. It's like 92% of people who win the lottery end up broker than they were before, more miserable than they were before. They don't have any friends. They don't have any family. The fucking lottery is the kiss of death. Why? Because you never developed a mindset that could even handle having that kind of money. That's a mindset that allows people to have millions and billions of dollars. I'm nowhere near being able to understand that. You think there's a problem with not having money in the world? Fine, there is. Okay, maybe there should be more wealth distribution, whatever. Call me a socialist, I don't give a shit. Politics is stupid. Economics is stupid the way it is right now. Anyway, it's a whole different story. Sorry, going off on a rant here. The point is, guys, it's all about how you're going to develop yourself and what you're able to handle. If you don't have money and you think that's an issue, wait till you have it. It's a lot scarier. Now you're keeping up at night because you're afraid to lose it. Flip side of the same coin. Shit sucks when you don't have it. It's a different thing when you do. It doesn't solve your problems, it just creates a new one. So 2 things I would take away from this. Number 1, have an accountability buddy that holds you accountable to what you say that you want, and give them a by when. Tell them by when you're going to accomplish stuff, right? And then the next thing here is really the fear conversation in your head. And I have a great friend out here, Peter, who just spent New Year's with us, and he's got a whole company around this, and I think he's going to come be a speaker at our event. We're talking to him right now about doing that and slotting him in, because I know if that's what the guy's committed to, and that's what we're talking about, shit, he should be there. So, sorry, there's a lot of cars moving in. A little rush hour here. Rush hour in Cardiff. Anyway, guys, these things don't need to be overcome. You just need to understand your strategies, and you need to understand how to use them instead of having you use by them, because that's ultimately what most of us have an issue with. It's like the issue is not anger. It's not that you're angry or depressed or sad. You're having those things, but most people aren't having them. They're having you. So your experience is that you have no control, and actually you don't have any control, and that's okay. It's called trust. It's called faith and devotion. Why do we have these things? Because that's what's required of you, is to be in flow. Like being in flow, like a salmon, right? Going up the river, it's really tough work. If you would just learn to flow, turn around, and go with the river, you're good. So at times when you watch yourself, right, like going against the flow, it's fine. Just pay attention that you're building the muscle. But remember that going with the flow and arguing with reality and how it is not going to get you anywhere at all. You got to love the way it is and the way that it's not. And again, like I said in my last video, don't try to defeat these parts of yourself. They're not defeatable. They don't want to be defeated. There's a strategy for them too. There's a reason for them. And it's all part of your survival. So understand how they work. And when you're down, create a relationship with somebody that allows you to create accountability so that you can listen to that person in a powerful way and they can listen to you in a powerful way. And in those moments where you're down, go get clear. Go create a new context, one that allows you to be re-empowered, and then use that context to build off of. Get back in action. Don't wait. Don't think. Thinking is not being in action. It's an illusion. Only being in action is being in action, and only being in action will get you the results that you want in life. So again, I invite you guys, if you're listening to this video, you're in the San Diego area, you're in London, you're in Australia, wherever you are, and if you want to be at this event and you've looked at it already and you said to yourself, I'd love to be there, but I don't have the time and I don't have the money. What's saying that? Is that your heart or is that your mind? And so if you feel that there's value for you to get from joining us, guys, the breakthrough for you is in making it happen, right? Same thing for us. This event, this is how we push ourselves to grow, because this event is uncomfortable for us, big time. Wake up every day. I go through ping pong of emotions every single day around this event. I'm excited and then I'm scared shitless. I'm human. This is human, guys. It's being okay with all of it. And I know that for all you guys, it's exactly the same way. All right? So enjoy your day. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.